Imagine being hunted by three of the most dangerous forces in New York at the exact same time. The Chinese mafia, the Russian mafia, and even corrupt police officers. Now imagine the only person who can save you is a homeless man everyone believes has already lost everything. But what nobody realizes is that this broken man was once one of the deadliest operatives the government ever trained. This is the story of survival, betrayal, and one little girl whose memory is worth millions. Deep inside Nanjing, China, an extraordinary young girl named Mei possesses a gift unlike anything most people have ever seen. Numbers aren't just easy for her, they become permanently engraved in her mind. She can solve complex equations within seconds and memorize endless strings of digits after seeing them only once. Unfortunately, talents like hers don't stay hidden for long. One afternoon, criminals kidnap Mei and bring her before Han, the ruthless leader of a powerful Chinese crime organization. Han explains that modern technology leaves digital records everywhere, making criminal finances easier to trace. Instead of trusting computers, he wants to use something far more secure, a human brain. At first, Mei refuses, but when Han threatens her mother's life, the frightened girl has no choice except to obey. Soon, she's secretly transported to New York, where Han's trusted Lieutenant Chang pretends to be her father while using her remarkable memory to manage the gang's financial empire across the river in New Jersey. Another life is about to fall apart. Luke Wright, a former police officer turned cage fighter, enters a fixed match that he's supposed to lose. Everything goes according to plan until instinct takes over. One perfectly timed punch knocks his opponent unconscious, ruining millions of dollars in bets controlled by Russian mob boss Emil Dash. Luke immediately understands the mistake he's made. The money doesn't matter. His family does! He races home, only to discover he's already too late. Emil's son, Vasily, has brutally murdered Luke's pregnant wife. Even worse, the mob delivers one final punishment. They won't kill Luke. Instead, they'll kill anyone he ever becomes close to. It's a sentence far crueler than death. With nothing left to live for, Luke disappears into Manhattan, becoming another forgotten homeless man wandering the streets. A year passes. Mei has become indispensable to Han's organization. Every week she walks through Chinatown, calculating the profits of dozens of businesses entirely in her head. Those calculations determine how much protection money each owner owes the gang. She's no longer just a prisoner. She's become the most valuable asset in Han's criminal empire. Meanwhile, Luke's life has deteriorated completely. He sleeps in filthy shelters, survives on spare change, and watches violence unfold around him every day. One night, he gives his only decent pair of shoes to another homeless man whose feet are badly infected. The next morning, that man is found murdered, just so someone else could steal the shoes. That single moment shows Luke exactly how little human life is worth in his world. Back in Chinatown, tragedy strikes Mei once again. A woman quietly tells her that her mother has died after a long illness in China. Before Mei has time to process the loss, Han personally arrives carrying a small piece of paper covered in numbers. He orders Mei to memorize every digit. She studies the code for only a few seconds. Then Han burns the paper. Now those numbers exist nowhere else in the world except inside Mei's mind. Moments later, Chang prepares to take her to another location where she's supposed to memorize a second numerical sequence. But before they arrive, gunfire erupts. Russian mobsters ambush the convoy. Bullets fly through the streets as both criminal organizations fight over the girl. The Chinese guards are over, and Mei is captured by the Russians. Elsewhere, Luke's miserable day somehow gets even worse. After someone steals his breakfast money, he unexpectedly encounters several former police officers. Instead of helping him, they drag him into an abandoned building. Years earlier, Luke exposed corruption inside the department, destroying several officers' illegal operations. They've never forgiven him. They beat him mercilessly, humiliate him, and then hand him a loaded pistol, daring him to end his own life. Luke silently drops the weapon and walks away. He refuses to give them the satisfaction. Meanwhile, Emil begins interrogating Mei. He wants the mysterious numbers stored inside her memory. That's when Mei realizes the woman who informed her about her mother's death had actually been working with the Russians all along. The woman demands the code. Instead of answering, Mei calmly predicts the woman's fate. She explains that people who become useless in the criminal world rarely survive. Seconds later, the Russians execute the woman without hesitation. May now understands exactly what will happen if she gives them the numbers. So, she remains silent. Before the interrogation can continue, another unexpected player enters the game. Captain Wolf arrives with several police officers. At first it appears the police are finally doing their job, but appearances are deceiving. Wolf isn't serving justice. He's working for Han. When Emil offers him even more money to leave peaceably, the corrupt captain immediately accepts the bribe and withdraws. The law has officially become just another criminal organization. During the confusion, May quietly escapes unnoticed. Now every major power in New York is searching for the same little girl. That desperate escape changes another life forever. At a subway station, Luke stands at the platform's edge, ready to end his suffering. Then he notices May, terrified, running, looking over her shoulder as armed gangsters close in. Luke instantly recognizes the Russians. They're the same men responsible for destroying his family. For the first time in over a year, he has a reason to fight again. May jumps aboard a departing subway train. The gangsters follow. Without hesitation, Luke launches himself after them. Inside the moving train, years of elite combat training return in full force. The broken homeless man disappears, and the deadly operative comes back. One gangster after another falls before they even understand what hit them. Even the survivors stare at Luke in disbelief. This broken man was never weak. He simply stopped caring whether he lived. Within minutes, the Russians are eliminated. Luke finally reaches May, but before he can explain himself, the frightened girl mistakes him for another criminal and disappears into the crowd as the train stops. Luke watches her vanish. Knowing this, chase is only beginning. As May disappears into the crowded subway station, Luke quickly realizes something terrifying. The police radio is broadcasting a citywide alert about the little girl. That means the officers chasing her aren't trying to protect her. They're trying to deliver her back to whichever criminal pays the highest price. Moments later, two corrupt officers corner May before she has anywhere left to run. Just as they're about to drag her away, Luke appears out of nowhere. In seconds, both officers are on the ground, proving that the quiet, defeated man everyone underestimated is still an elite fighter. Although May still doesn't know whether she can trust him. She has no better choice. She jumps into Luke's car just as Russian gangsters arrive, triggering a frantic chase through Manhattan's crowded streets. Cars crash, bullets fly, but Luke's experience keeps him one step ahead. By the time the pursuit ends, every Russian attacker has been eliminated. Luke collects their wallets, giving himself both cash and information. Before taking May somewhere she won't immediately be found. A luxury hotel hidden in plain sight. For the first time, May begins lowering her guard. She finally reveals why everyone wants her alive. The numbers she memorized aren't bank accounts or phone numbers. Luke studies the sequence and immediately recognizes the pattern. They're combinations. Safe combinations. And because Han planned for May to memorize a second code before the ambush, Luke realizes there must be two separate safes involved in a much larger criminal deal. Unfortunately, they don't have long to think. A tracking device inside May's phone gives away their location. Within minutes, Chang and dozens of armed gunmen storm the hotel. Guests panic as bullets rip through the lobby. Luke fights his way through wave after wave of attackers, but during the chaos, he and May become separated. Chang escapes with the girl, while Luke barely survives the assault. Now, he's back where he started, except this time, he's determined not to lose her again. Luke remembers one important detail. Among the items he took from the Russians was a phone. Using it, he contacts Vasily, the same man responsible for murdering his wife. Pretending to be one of Emil's men, Luke claims he possesses the valuable code everyone has been searching for. The bait works perfectly. Vasily eagerly arranges a meeting at one of the Russian casinos. While the gangs prepare for another confrontation, City Hall reveals an even darker secret. The mayor summons Captain Wolf to explain why New York has suddenly become a battlefield. During their conversation, another shocking truth comes out. Luke wasn't simply a police officer. After 9/11, he had been assigned from the CIA because of his exceptional combat skills. Working alongside his former partner, Alex. Luke helped dismantle powerful criminal organizations before exposing corruption inside his own department. That honesty destroyed his career. Alex, however, chose a different path. Instead of fighting corruption, he embraced it, becoming one of the mayor's closest allies. Only now do they fully understand the mistake they've made. The broken homeless man they've ignored for the past year is actually the most dangerous person any of them could have created. Meanwhile, May is returned to Han. He demands to know whether she shared the code with anyone. Thinking quickly, May lies. She insists she pretended not to understand English the entire time, convincing Han that his secret remains safe. Soon, another secret comes to light. The mysterious second safe doesn't belong to another gang. It belongs to the mayor himself. Han's organization and the city's highest officials have secretly arranged an exchange. One safe contains $30 million. The other contains information valuable enough to reshape the balance of power across New York. Everything depends on May remembering the codes. Luke reaches the casino first. Instead of walking into a trap, he becomes the trap. He silently takes down Vasily's bodyguards before capturing the gangster alive. Then he calls Emil. Holding Vasily hostage, Luke demands the truth. Faced with losing his son, Emil finally talks. The Chinese safe contains $30 million in cash. The mayor's safe contains something worth just as much. A storage device filled with intelligence on every major criminal organization operating throughout New York. The Russians interrupted the original exchange. Now Han intends to complete it. Luke finally understands the entire game. Saving May now means stopping the exchange before it happens. The problem is simple. The money is locked deep inside Chinatown, protected by heavily armed gangsters. Luke can't reach it alone. Reluctantly, he turns to his former police colleagues. Greed convinces them to help. They're interested in the money, not justice. Together, they storm the Chinese hideout. A brutal firefight erupts as bullets echo through the building. Gangsters fall, corrupt officers fall, bodies pile up on both sides. When Luke finally reaches the hidden vault, he makes his move. He turns on the corrupt officers. One after another, they fall. Captain Wolf survives only because Luke decides to keep him alive as a hostage alongside Vasily. With the money secured, Luke heads directly towards City Hall. On the drive, Luke calls Alex. Now that Luke controls the cash, Alex has no choice but to cooperate. He confirms what Luke suspected. The mayor's safe contains a digital archive, documenting virtually every criminal syndicate operating throughout New York. The plan had been simple. Sell the information to Han, collect $30 million, then let the gangs destroy each other. Luke orders Alex to bring May to their meeting. Alex agrees, but first eliminates Chang and the remaining Chinese gangsters, removing anyone who could interfere. Luke arrives at City Hall before anyone expects him. He confronts the mayor face to face. The frightened politician finally opens the second safe and hands over the storage device containing years of criminal intelligence. Luke knocks him unconscious and leaves with both pieces of the puzzle. Now he possesses the money, the evidence, and the only person every organization still wants. The final confrontation arrives. Luke meets Alex for the exchange. Alex believes he has the advantage because May is standing beside him, but Luke refuses to negotiate. Instead, he challenges Alex to settle everything directly. As Alex prepares to fight, May makes her move. She shoots him in the leg, creating the opening Luke needs. The fight ends almost instantly. Luke eliminates his former partner once and for all. After everything they've survived, Luke and May finally stand free. But Luke isn't interested in revenge. He's interested in ending the war. He releases Captain Wolf with enough money to disappear instead of continuing the conflict. He lets Vasily go as well, ensuring the Russian mafia has no reason to keep hunting them. As for Han, Luke sends him the remaining money, effectively buying May's freedom and removing any incentive for the Chinese mafia to continue the chase. Finally, Luke makes several copies of the storage device and hides them in secure locations across the city. It's the perfect insurance policy. If anyone ever comes after them again, exposing those secrets would destroy countless powerful people. With every loose end tied up, Luke and May quietly leave New York behind. Together, they head towards Seattle. For Luke, it's a chance to stop running from his past. For May, It's the first opportunity she's ever had to live like a normal child. After surviving betrayal, corruption, and a city controlled by criminals, they finally leave the violence behind and begin a new life, one built not on fear, but on hope. And that's where the story comes to an end.